Hey everybody, B-rad here. Today we're going to be making the squirrel picnic table that you've seen in some of my other videos. It's pretty simple really. I'm just using wood from pallets here. You're going to need one of the wider boards. They're about 5 1/4 or so. And then one of the thinner boards possibly, depending on if your wider board is any good or not. I made up some drawings here that show you the measurements for each part. This here's the top. Got 11.5 inches long, 5 1/4 wide. And then I cut out these half circle type shapes. That way the squirrel can sit up closer to the actual table. Then you're going to need 2 legs, or well, the top you'll be able to get out of the wide piece, and the 2 legs you'll be able to get out of the wide piece because they're using the full dimension 5 1/4 for the width of the legs. So there's the 2 legs. You can always screenshot these and save them. That way when you're working on it you can see what's going on. So those are the 2 legs which support the top and hold the sides on. And then we have the seats. You're going to need 2 seats, 2 runners. That would be this piece here that runs from one seat over to the other, mounts onto the legs. Then this bottom piece is the piece that stabilizes the bottom 2 legs together. So I'll get the table saw set up and we'll start cutting these pieces out. Okay, so I'm going to cut the top of the table first. That's 11.5 inches long, but first I'm going to square up the end here real quick.
I'm going to cut it 11.5.
So there we go. Got the top piece cut, and I'll mark out some lines and we'll cut them on the bandsaw. Okay, you can either freehand this part, or I found this piece of plexiglass I had previously cut a curve into for the bird cage that I made. But the marks are 2 inches in from each end, and then you're just going to trace a circle mark on each side, and that's what we'll cut out on the bandsaw. There's top piece cut out, and I'll draw out both the legs real quick. Okay, so I'll get this cut out on the bandsaw and be right back. Okay, so I got both the sides cut out. Now I'm going to be working on the seats and the supports. Didn't realize this is supposed to be 5/8 of an inch too. So you can pretty much just rip one of the longer pieces 5/8 on your table saw the whole way. Then you can just cut yourself 2 10 1/4 and 1 9 inch, and then make the seats out of the rest of it. So we'll get cutting. now you can just cut each piece to length now that we've got the widths right. So we can start with the top, or not the top, the two seats. They are 11.5 inches by 1 3/4. So we'll cut two 11.5s. So there's our two tops. We'll round these off here in a minute, down here on the ends. I usually just take one of the little 1/2 pint cans and sit it on there. Make your mark. So now this is the 5/8 piece, 5/8 inch wide. Everything, all the dimensions are the thickness of the pallet that you use. So we'll cut the two supports for the seats. Those are 10 1/4 inches. Now we have all the pieces to put this together. Got two seats, two supports, another support, the top, and your two legs. I'll round these over on the bandsaw and then we'll start putting it together. Okay, so we're going to start putting this together. It's going to be outside, so we're going to want to use some glue. That is wood glue that's good for outside. You could easily nail this together with just nails and a hammer. I'm going to be using a pin nailer that I just got, so I'm going to try it out on this, see how good it works with this. It should work pretty good. So I'm going to start by putting the bottom part together. So I got some wood glue. Now these I'm pretty much just eyeballing them to get them to the center, because it's just a squirrel picnic table. I don't think you'll mind if it's off a little bit.
So there's the bottom half. Looks like one of my legs is a little longer than the other somehow. Or this middle board is twisted, I believe. That's what you get when you use pallet wood. It isn't always exactly straight, but that's okay. Now these two side supports are nailed to the insides of the legs here, pretty much just above the runner board that's running across. So eyeball those. Or you should probably make a center mark so you know where it's at. Of course I lost my pencil, so give me a second. Okay, I found the pencil. So these are 10 1/4, so 5 1/8 is going to be the center. I got those marked. Like I said, now these are going to go right here on the inside. And once again, just pretty much eyeball it to be level. This pin nailer is real nice for getting in these tight spots. Now, this is the first time I've actually really used it, and it's working pretty good. Okay, the bottom just fell off. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. Now they're glued back on, except I switched to some longer pins, so they are going in there a little further. So now we just need to glue both the seats on, nail them. Once again, just eyeballing the distances. Now, I didn't sand any of these pieces. You can if you want. I don't think the squirrel's going to mind either way, as long as you are feeding them.
So now, we still have to drill the hole for the lag screw before we put the top on to mount the corn on. So let me get a lag screw and we'll drill a hole real quick. Okay, so I found the center of the top and drilled a hole. This is about a 1/4 inch lag, approximately 1 3/4 inches, 2 inches long. You just want it long enough for the corn cob to screw down on. You could use a bigger one, like a 5/16 if you wanted. Now this top board isn't flat, if it'll focus, but you can see it's not flat. So you're going to want to mount that so the bow is up. That way if there's water, which there's going to be if it's raining, the water will not sit on the top as easily, especially if you put some varnish on it. Most of the time I don't. They're easy enough to make, and this was an oak pallet, so it's going to last longer than a say a pine or poplar pallet. Real lightweight wood. So we got this top on glued. Now we will just nail it. You know, that's the edge. Okay, there's one side. I'm just taking my tape measure and sticking it in. Put my thumb where it is. That way you know where the board is on the top, so you can nail right down into it without missing. So there we have it. The squirrel picnic table that you see in some of my videos. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments. I usually reply. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. You can always subscribe. It's free. Thanks. Bye.